Excellent. Thank you, Wayne McNeil, for joining us today. Wayne is with Respect Group. Wayne, it is so good to have you here today and taking time to speak with us here at the Better Business Bureau. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you to the Better Business Bureau for being a leader in the work that we do. On top of us being a member, you've gone ahead and put the Respect programs into your own organization. And so we're having a like-minded discussion here, and thank you for that.
Absolutely. No. And, trust is so important to us, and trust is so tied to respect. And I know September is typically a very busy month for the team over at Respect Group with all the respect in sport. And we're thrilled to be able to see some of those sports starting up again. It's also a very busy time for respect in the workplace. So what can you tell us about that today, Wayne?
Well, certainly September is a busy month in our sport world, and there's probably a lot of people that will tune into this that have taken the Respect in Sport coaching program and parent program, and they probably come into it with a little bit of trepidation, but they typically leave it saying, oh, those were good tools. Thank you for those. And I think, that's kind of the same approach that we've taken with respect in the workplace. And we know with, sort of the blended office and some of the issues that continued to emerge that we deal with respect in the workplace, specifically in this case. There's a lot of anxiety and stress, and people aren't necessarily at their best. And we're finding more and more that the timing to implement respect in the workplace as a culture change vehicle, especially, and a compliance vehicle secondarily, is busier and more focused than ever.
Yeah, so you touched on a couple of really great points there that I just wanted to expand on. So one, from a compliance point of view, and second, on the culture. You're right. A lot of businesses are looking at having staff maybe doing a hybrid. So some might think maybe it's best to wait to roll out these programs until you have all the staff back. But, I know you and I went through the fact that a lot of your programs, all of your programming is all accessible. So yes. Can you touch on the accessibility of the program as well as the legislation around that as well?
Sure. So, with everything online now, serendipity for us,
yes,
all of our training is online, super easy to access, super easy to implement, and designed to be focused on culture change and giving good people the tools to be better, regardless of what the issue is: bullying, abuse, harassment, discrimination. So again, because it's online, it's a great foundational tool. You can give it to any of your staff. You can onboard anybody that's coming in. The goal is to make it a consistent program across the entire organization. And the big fringe benefit, I don't like to focus on this, but in every province, and there is federal legislation for federally governed organizations, there's occupational health and safety legislation that says that every employer, at least in the case of Alberta here, BC, et cetera, must be educated on the definitions and reporting structures around bullying, abuse, harassment, discrimination. So you get the check mark for that, regardless of where you are in the country. But more importantly, it's about moving the culture bar.
Yeah, and I think culture is so important. We were talking earlier about the fact that culture is a key reason why employees will stay with a company. And we're seeing that a lot right now. So that's really important to look not only at the compliance, but also the culture piece. I know, Wayne, you graciously gave us the opportunity to go through the program here. And we've certainly enjoyed being able to receive the programming and have continued discussions on that. And also, just speaking of that, here we are in September, really important month when we look at culture and responsibility and continuing those conversations. We start September with Pride Week. And of course, now September 30th is Truth and Reconciliation Day. I know that you have a module that really focuses in on harassment, discrimination, accessibility, and inclusion. Can you maybe share with us today on that too?
Well, there are buzzwords out there today that weren't there last year. There'll be new ones next year. To us, it all boils down to respect. If you take a look at, the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, BIPOC, LGBTQ++,
Yeah.
Indigenous awareness, all of that basically falls under discrimination.
Mhm.
And if you can understand what discrimination is, which we spent a goodly amount of time in the program discussing, you're basically equipping your entire team with everything they need to understand about where their biases might be. The big buzzword is unconscious bias today.
Right.
So we cover all of that under the global umbrella of discrimination, and that's what it is. And some employers may have certain situations that are more focused on gender equity. Some employers may have more issues relative to Indigenous awareness. We've dealt with it all. We hear about it all. And we're not the be all and end all with each one of these issues, but what we are is a great foundational tool to introduce all of those forms of discrimination. And if an organization says, you know what, we really actually want to do a deeper dive on racism, do it. But we've at least provided the foundation. And you're absolutely right. Discrimination in any form right now is as topical now, in fact, more so than it was when we entered into COVID.
Yeah, that's true. You were sharing with me, it's definitely changing the workplace even more and not necessarily always in the best ways. So Wayne, listen, I know, as I said at the start, I know September is a really busy month for you. Some great learnings today. And really that's what it's all about, is just continuing our learning, continuing understanding. Respect Group as an affinity partner of BBB, we're so thankful that you could take the time to be with us to share this information. How is the best way that our accredited businesses or community members might be able to reach out to you and your team, Wayne?
Probably the best way is just to go to Respect Group Inc., all one word, .com. And there's an info tab there, and we will be all over it if given the opportunity, which I thank you for again today, Mary.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Wayne. There you have it, Respect Group, one of our longstanding accredited businesses and affiliate partners. So thank you very much, Wayne, for taking time to be with us today.
Have a good day, Mary. Thank you.
I send you as well. Thank you.